What's up, my friends? How is it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today, let's look into the future. What I'm going to do in today's episode is I am going to cover one article with my own comments about the changes to the game in 2020. Seems like 2020 is going to be quite a big year for the World of Tanks. We are going to see many new features, new balancing, crew 2.0, equipment 2.0, vehicle rebalancing, and many other things. So it is going to change. Game is going to change. It is evolving all the time. Whether you like it or not, it is going to go through some changes, most definitely. So let's have a look at this article. Changes to the game in 2020, looking towards the future. Spring has sprung, and a new season of Tanks Warfare has begun, commanders. It has become a tradition for us to share our future development plans for World of Tanks with you. Read on to find out about the upcoming features and our plans for the game this year. This is what they did in 2019 as well. They said plans for the 2019, and to their credit, they actually completed most of the things they said in their article. The only big things they didn't do were, of course, the buffs to the E100 and IS-4, but all the other topics at least saw some sandbox testing action, and were introduced completely into the game and so on. I don't know how much they are going to do in 2020, but here are their plans. So New Balance, the next step. We discussed the details of the New Balance features coming out in update 1.9 in yesterday's article. It was actually a couple days ago, so make sure you didn't miss anything. I actually made one episode about that as well, basically fast cliff notes for you. In update 1.9, what they are going to do is they are going to introduce low tier HP buff and ammo rack capacity increasement. Then the tech tree changes and the collector's vehicles are also going to be added in update 1.9, or at least they are trying to do that. So now, one big question many players had under this video as well. Will those players who purchased and recharged a vehicle that became a collector's vehicle be compensated for the spent experience? For example, if you have a 113 already in your garage, AMX-30B or T60J or many other tanks, and the answer is no. If a player had already recharged this vehicle, they will keep it or the ability to buy it, which means that they will not lose anything when it becomes a collector's vehicles, but you are not going to get the experience back. This is why there is no compensation. Learn more about it over here, so if you want to do it, go for it. And on the top of that, New Balance of course featured many more things like changes to the premium rounds or changes to the ammunition types, artilleries and so on, but more about that when they have more information to share. Blueprints. Blueprints are a popular new feature and very many players are using them, including me. I like blueprints because I have literally been able to grind through the tanks in no time. It lowers the bad quality gaming experience if you do not enjoy one vehicle, and if you have enough blueprints you can simply skip through the tech trees like it's nothing. However, there are still issues that needs to be resolved. For example, if a tech tree or if a tree of some nation is already recharged but you still have national blueprint fragments, you can't do anything with them. And that is right. This is one of the problems that we are working on, and we are thinking how to resolve it in a way that benefits everyone. In any case, blueprints will continue to develop. I have two solutions for that. Number one, you can make a little system where you can convert the national blueprints to another nation, or I don't know if like converting them into universal blueprints is going to help it out, but just a little system like that, you can convert blueprints from one nation to another. This is going to help out most of the players. Like in the Czechoslovakian tech tree, for example, I have so many blueprints, but we only have one tech tree line. What am I going to do with them? Absolutely nothing. And I would like to use them in like German tech tree where we have like 10,000 vehicles, or in the Soviet tech tree, American tech tree, French tech tree. where you need those blueprints a lot more. Next up, special shells. Currently, special shells have an ultimate advantage. There are full subtypes of vehicles with good dynamics and gun handling that benefit the most from premium shells. However, these shells make well-armored vehicles with supposedly good survivability suffer, which in turn means that the impact of those well-armored vehicles in battle is reduced. Currently, our main goal is to give these vehicles more weight in the battle and help them to play a more important role thanks to their survivability. On the sandbox server, we tried decreasing the DPM of special shells by increasing the DPM of the standard shells. And it was received well if we separate this particular change from the rest of the new balance changes, aka, I think, HP increasement. We still have a lot to do related to shells. For example, we still need to work on HE shells, but haven't made a final decision on increasing the base damage for standard shells yet. So we're looking at the shell rework as a whole in order to come to a more systematic solution. Also, we don't intend to reintroduce purchasing special shells for gold because we want every player to have equal conditions. Now, the biggest problem actually about the special shells we tested on the sandbox server was that all the overpowered tanks, all the overpowered hull-down gods like 279E, Chieftain, Conqueror, many of those tanks were simply buffed by these chains actually because Chieftain doesn't actually have to use premium rounds versus many other tanks in this game. They simply can cruise through the battlefield using standard shells, what now have extra alpha damage. But to be able to penetrate those 279Es, Chieftains, Conquerors, many people had to use premium rounds. So if you used premium rounds, you lose DPM, but at the same time, the hull-down gods have increased DPM because they didn't have to use premium rounds and so on. So that was quite a big problem over there, and I don't know how to fix that. Maybe they have to go over vehicle by vehicle, thinking about how much they want to increase alpha damage on some of those like top of the top tanks in this game. Hopefully they come up with a solution which satisfies all of us. We'll see. More about HE shells. The way we wanted to rework HE shells didn't quite work out. We want to make this shell type more predictable and understandable. Players must understand how much damage they deal or receive if a shell penetrates and if it doesn't. If a shell penetrates, the logic must be close to the armor-piercing shells, and we are moving in this direction. Yeah, it didn't work out on the sandbox server. The damage was even less predictable. I did some testing with the Terp T49, for example. I did hit the same spots with T49 Terp cannon. One shell or one shot did 200 damage, the next shot did 450 damage. Like, how can I predict that? If enemy tank is at 300 HP, can I kill it or can I not kill it? I would like to know it before I move in. Let's say I'm a one-shot as well, and I need to be 100% sure if my shell does enough damage or not. Artillery. We will not remove the stun from allies, but we will check the settings of the stun system. Stun as a mechanic will not disappear. Now this is a boner killer for most of the player base. Who enjoys stunning? Raise your hand. I see one hand. Oh. Okay. This guy wanted to take a piss. Yeah, you can go, you can go. Still, no one. Nobody likes stunning. We can't go back to the armor-piercing shells like it used to be in the good old days. Ammo racking, one-shotting IS-7. There will be no premium arty, but we will continue working on SPGs. So they answered couple of questions over here. Stun is going to stay in the game. It is not going to disappear. There will be no premium artilleries introduced besides Sexton 1, besides Leffe. So no tier 8 premium artillery, luckily. And the armor-piercing shells are not coming back as they used to be. Currently, the armor-piercing round on the sandbox server we tested is 100% useless. Absolutely useless. So maybe they're simply going to remove it overall. Next up, let's talk about something new. Crew 2.0 is a complex system and we are still working on developing various concepts for its implementation. As soon as we have an acceptable solution for both players and our team, you will definitely have the opportunity to try out all the possible changes on the Sandbox open server. We plan to launch testing around the summer of 2020. At this point, you will have the opportunity to try out the redesigned crew, and if you like it, we will continue to work on appropriate conversion and compensation mechanics as well as other aspects of this feature. This is the key thing over here once again, because many players, including me, have spent free experience, have spent gold on the crew members to getting those guys up to where I want them to be or where you guys want them to be, and some compensation. I would like to see some compensation. Most likely, however this system is going to work out, they are simply going to calculate how good our crew members are, how much experience they have, and they are going to credit that to the new crew system. And they said at this point you will have the opportunity to try out. I would definitely want to try out. Let's keep reading. This version of Crew 2.0 that you will experience on the Sandbox server is nothing more than an experiment to test our ideas. Please note that any proposed changes may not make it to the final iteration or may be released in a completely reworked format. So once again, they are testing. They want our feedback. So what do you expect on the Sandbox server? We will implement a new entity to unit. It will comprise 4 crews. Each commander can be trained to a particular vehicle. All crews within a unit are united by nation and vehicle types. For example, medium tanks of the Soviet Russia. Units have levels which determine how many perks the unit's commanders can learn. So compensation, most likely it is going to give you level depending on how good your crew is. You are going to receive that many levels right from the gate. I think this is how it works, or this is how it should work. Each commander can have their own set of perks and skills. In fact, a crew can be assigned to 4 vehicles plus premium vehicles belonging to the same nation and type. There will be so-called special crews. These are counselors who will strengthen the commanders. Counselors. Oh, counselors. Yeah. I understand. I got it, guys. I got it. So like minions who are going to make your main guy, your commander, a lot better. Alright. The perk system will be significantly reworked to include more perks, which will each have a level. Okay, so we have a lot more perks, plus they also have levels to make those perks even stronger. I wonder if there is a level cap as well. Perks will be divided into 5 branches, with each branch ending with 2 ultimate perks to choose from. 5 branches, so 10 ultimate perks in total, because at the end of each branch, you have 2 ultimate perks to choose from, as far as I understand. To learn them, a player will have to work hard on the branch. Okay. This system will be integrated in a commander, who basically represents an entire crew. Alright. We will test the system on Sandbox. Some of the new perks will reassemble the old ones, and situational perks will be added, which will reflect the player's behavior. A perk that speeds up reloading time when the vehicle durability is low, for example, such a perk. Speed up reload time when the vehicle durability is low. Like we have the Adrenaline Rush, I believe, on loader at the moment. When you have under 10% hit points, your reload time is 10% faster. A total of 35 perks are planned, 10 of which are ultimate. So yeah, 10. 35 perks. Okay, this is going to make vehicles more specific, and this is what I actually wanted to see, because at the moment we're using the same crew skills on every single vehicle, and it is basically like automatic. Brothers in arms, repairs, camos, all the driver skills, some loader skills, some gunner skills, and they're all the same all the time. But now we can actually make some vehicles more specific, and this is what I like to see. The main rule, a crew makes the gameplay more enjoyable but does not provide a considerable advantage. Diversity will increase and stronger perks will be used situationally. Yeah, it is going to be completely different. Maybe something like in the World of Warships. I get some World of Warships vibes over here. I don't know at the moment, of course, it is way too early to tell anything concrete about that. We will have to test it out and let's just see what they're going to do, and we can give our feedback, of course. Next up, Equipment 2.0. We want to diversify the usage of equipment and move away from identical standard setups. We want to add new types of equipment that influence new characteristics that were never affected before. We also want to simplify the system of equipment types and their prices. Currently, we think that vehicles will have slots for certain equipment types, for example, one for gun handling, another for concealment or defensive equipment. This should lead to each role and vehicle types having certain bonuses that will be able to apply to them, which will help make their roles and playstyles more prominent. Equipment slots properties will be based on roles. So heavy tanks, light tanks, light tank most likely is going to get concealment, heavy tank is going to get defensive equipment slot, and so on. There will be no restriction for setups, but some equipment will be available only to certain types of vehicles. There will be no penalties, only improvements. The bonuses will not be too strong. We want you to look for the right combination of equipment for your playstyle in a certain vehicle. All this will be tested on the sandbox server. There is a problem. The high price of unmounting improved equipment, 200 points per one unit of such equipment. Are there any changes planned? The unmounting price is set to what it is, not to reduce the value of equipment, to prevent players from moving their gun rammer from vehicle to vehicle and have them save up points to purchase new equipment. Okay. So they want to make it more novel, basically. And if you want to move your equipment units, you have to think twice about that, because getting 200 points in normal battles, it actually takes quite many battles to get 200 points. However, after the introduction of bounty equipment, we will return to the unmounting issue, including the one for improved equipment. It will be resolved with the player in mind in any case, maybe by increasing the bond earnings. As far as I understand, they are not going to lower the price, maybe we're going to get more bonds from the battles. We'll see. Reward for merit has been removed and you can't receive the demounting kits anymore. Will you do something about it? We will add the ability to receive demounting kits. We are currently testing how daily missions work, and if everything is okay with them, we may add demounting kits as a reward. And you can also get one for completing a bonus daily mission. Alright. Next topic, ranked battles. Ranked Battles 2020-2021. Ranked Battles will return to World of Tanks with 3 engaging seasons, like at the moment. Depending on your results across all 3 seasons, you can earn the ultimate reward tank, a tier 9 tank. Its name, class, nation and characteristics are top secret and will be published at a later date. Based on your feedback, we slightly revised some gameplay mechanics to get you more involved in playing in leagues. To do this, special daily missions will be available for those who qualified for leagues. We will also rework the mechanics of earning bonus battles and shorten your journey through each division. Okay. Some improvement, going to make the low quality gameplay a lot better, I guess, a lot faster. You are able to get bonds a lot faster, seems like it. There is an option that only rechargeable vehicles should be allowed in ranked battles. Reward vehicles earned for activities on the global map and for personal missions should not be allowed. This is actually one of the frequently asked or demanded requests from the community, that chieftains, 278, all the reward vehicles like 907 should not be allowed, and only rechargeable Tech 3 tanks should be allowed in ranked battles. Right now, we do not have a unanimous opinion on this issue. One of the possible solutions is to use the matchmaker for this purpose, but that is also debatable. Any new rule in the matchmaker extends the queue time. At the same time, players of ranked battles are already limited by the number of players, servers and prime time. Many players not willing to wait 5 minutes or even longer for the battle. For the time being, the developers and players need to come to a consensus on this issue. So far, everything is under discussion. I don't get how removing Chieftain 279E 907 is going to increase the matchmaker time. I don't get that. At the moment, EBR 105 has its special matchmaking. Yes, that increased the matchmaker time because it is looking for the same league player with EBR 105, for example, to get into the same match. It is looking for the same EBR on the enemy side. But how does this affect it? Removing Chieftain or 279E? I don't get that. Anyway, next up, vehicle rebalancing. This year we are going to continue the rebalancing work we started in 2019 for some popular vehicles. We have already adjusted the characteristics of the Leopard 1 and the STB-1 and other great tanks like Grunman and many other vehicles were reworked. And now it is time to take another step forward and adjust the performance characteristics of the E100 anti-legendary IS-4. I covered that in my yesterday's episode, so go check it out. In the German branch, we plan to rebalance not only the E100 but also VK3601H, the E100 or E75, Tiger 1 and Tiger 2. Where is Tiger P? My question. For the Soviet nation, in addition to the IS-4, we aim to pay close attention to the KV-3, KV-4 and the ST-1. In American branch, T-32, M103 and TT-110E5 will be subject to rebalancing. This list is not complete and it is possible that other tanks will be added to it in the future. We are also thinking about the option for rebalancing wheeled vehicles. Ooh, hot topic right over here. Wheeled vehicles rebalancing. Players have a hard time hitting the wheeled vehicles, so it should be fixed in the first place. Oh yeah. I mean, hitting is one thing. Like, I can hit that. I can hit those wheeled vehicles. But dealing 0 damage with freaking 183 or 150 millimeter boomstick. This is something I cannot tolerate. The effect of damaged wheels is minimal. It insufficiently affects the overall maneuverability and mobility of the vehicle. It needs to be fixed and we will take care of it this year. Ladies and gentlemen, wheeled vehicles are going to be rebalanced in 2020. I am going to mark it down and I'm going to check it out. Like, I'm going to remind them every day. Okay, not every day, you know. Okay, moving on, the 10th anniversary of World of Tanks. 2020 marks the 10th anniversary of our game. We are going to celebrate this milestone in a big way together with all of you. More offers, more bundles. Buy more bundles, ladies and gentlemen, more bundles. A large celebration will kick off in April 2020, so very soon, guys, next month, actually. In 1 week, maybe, basically. We have prepared a lot of engaging events and a huge amount of other game content for you. Exciting special game modes maybe. The anniversary will consist of 5 thematic stages, like Tank Festival, I think. Each of them corresponding to certain milestones of World of Tanks which have left their mark in the hearts of players. Veterans will smile and remember the good old times, so maybe World of Tanks... the old World of Tanks is coming back, we'll see. Novices will be surprised to learn some curious facts about our project. Together, the 5 stages of the anniversary will demonstrate how much World of Tanks has changed and grown over the past 10 years. Celebrations will culminate in August 2020, so we have April, May, June, July and August, quite a few months. And sure enough, there will be plenty of pleasant surprises during this month. Oh yeah, baby. A feast of special gifts and rewards galore await each and every player, so be sure to play or be sure to party with us. Do you plan to pardon banned players at the 10th anniversary of World of Tanks? Yes, we do, but we are not yet ready to disclose the details about which players and violations will be pardoned. Hackers, never. Chat ragers, yes. Trolls, depends on the level of troll and how often. If the player has trolled like 2 or 3 times, no. If 1 time, induced by rage, by artillery, yes. Okay, we'll see. And finally, other. We have some other questions over here as well. Battle formats. Do you plan to return the removed battle formats or implement the ones that are used in events like Team Clash? The 754 format was removed permanently and will not return. Team Clash showed us that players actually enjoyed 770 format, so we want to launch it once more, but without binding it to any specific game mode or game event. I actually enjoyed Team Clash a lot. I actually did enjoy Team Clash a lot. I'm not going to lie. Not because we were in it. I actually did enjoy the format, the fast-paced battles a lot. We want to see how players perceive the gameplay itself, whether they enjoy everything. If all goes well, we will consider the option for its use, the rewards and other things. Only then, after implementing the improvements, we will launch it if needed. The 770 format will not be the new esport, but rather a World of Tanks sports for amateurs. Okay, I really did like it once again. And most of the feedback I heard, people enjoyed it as well. Pawn shop. Will the items be updated? The items in the pawn shop will be updated approximately once every 6 months. Okay, so we get 2 rotations in 1 year. We will update the shop this year and will use the start of the new ranked battle season as a reference. Okay, so in a couple months most likely. And finally, UI issues. How and when do you plan to fix the transparent textures that can't be shot through and slippery objects? Soapy rocks. Soapy rocks. This is a systematic issue connected with the use of third-party technology in our engine. The issue arises when different technologies are interacting. We had them before update 1.0, but they were less frequent. We are working on the fix, but these issues also require some participation from the owners of the technologies, and it takes time. Thank you again for your feedback. Stay tuned. As soon as new solutions are ready, you are going to let us know. Ladies and gentlemen, quite a few things to take away from this little article. Changes to the game in 2020. The first thing we are going to see seems to be the 10th anniversary with many events. I always like those events. I think so far they have done a good job on those events, and I cannot wait for the 10th anniversary. This is big number, and hopefully Wargaming is going completely ham, overdoing it, over giving us gifts and prizes, because you only turn 10 once. And let's celebrate it big time. Vehicle rebalancing, ranked battles, equipment, more variety. Thumbs up from me. Crew, well, this is a topic that needs a lot deeper information, or a lot more information. Waiting for the sandbox server, HE shells, special shells, blueprints, new balance. Yeah, a lot to digest, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know, please let me know what you think about this one in the comments down below. As always, you have been effing amazing. If you enjoy my stuff over here, hit the like button. If you enjoy it a lot, hit the subscribe button. Come on, why half of you are still not subscribed? Why? Just tell me good reason why are you not subscribed, and I'm going to give you a thumbs up. And notification bell as well. I catch you next time. Stay awesome, take care, and bye.